Good morning. Good morning. Good morning again. I think about a grand total of 8 of you saw my last live stream. I woke up to an interesting email. Looks like someone wanted to cry about this channel picking on them. And that's okay. I hadn't had my morning coffee yet, and I was a little grouchy about it. Truth is, as I think about my day ahead, my day yesterday, and who I am, where I'm going, what's important to me. Sip my coffee, I realize that shit ain't important. Oh, I see I got some chatters. Oh, that first chatter is always StreamYard. Live viewer comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Tap on comment to show it on screen. Okay, yeah. And number two, it's always number one in the chat. Oh, and this time literally number one in the chat, unless you count StreamYard itself. Good morning, Finkel. Well, good morning to you too. My fake name is spelled E-L, but that's okay. I know who you mean. Finkel. And you know, to give what's his name for public safety a little soothing, a little sense of revenge. Yes, my real first name is Steve. Okay, I'm not ready to give you my last name yet, but Ryder, if he has a brain, he knows my last name. Well, you can call me Steve, or you call me Dave, or you call me Finkel. You can even spell Finkel incorrectly. That's but good. I get the sentiment, and that's good morning. Daki, this is what it is. This is what it is. Yeah. Uh, yeah. A couple things. I woke up to that email. I'm like, fuck. Can you imagine if I was dependent on YouTube for a partial income? Yeah, I'm not. None of my channels are monetized. I'm on the receiving end of nothing YouTube related. I am on the spinning end. Good morning, Sparkles. Well, it is on killing time. You know, when I was cleaning up junk mail, I accidentally deleted an email. And when I get home, I'll pull up my deleted emails and I can read it. I think Ariel was representing the artist labor union and sent me another warning. I didn't actually read it. I was just like going through stuff, deleting, because I get a lot of junk mail there. And I think I accidentally deleted Ariel's. On the phone, it's a little hard to navigate. When I get home to Virginia, got the big screens from my old eyes. I'll go through the trash and see if I can find it, find out what this warning was. In case anyone doesn't know, the Labor and Artists Union for the Finkel shows uh, are a little bit miffed about payments. So they're going after management. Well, I'm not really management, but they seem to want to blame it on me about the payments, and they're coming at me with all kinds of yeah, they're mad at me. Sorry, the mouth isn't working quite yet. Melanie Salisbury, Shadowfinkle. Good morning again. Oh, I take it you were in my last my little sniveling. I woke up, saw an email from YouTube. And yeah, didn't react with the highest EQ that one could react to some bullshit like that. Let me see. I'm sorry you are going through this, Finkel. I'm really not. I don't wake up good. I wake up grouchy sometimes. And talk the text spelled it. Oh, I didn't proofread. Oh, okay. I'll talk to text. Okay, it's really not a big deal. It's a thank name. Sometimes people create troll accounts, Finkel or Shadow Finkel, and they spell it wrong. And smarter mods out there, they catch on pretty quick. Hey, that's not the real guy. That's probably, well, it's been a while. It's probably Vegas Vips or someone. Your voice is close to normal. Oh, wow. Well, I feel not mad, just business. Okay. The Labor and Artists Union is not mad at me. They're just, nothing personal. It's just business. Sure is a nice channel you got here. Hate to see something happen to it. My mafioso voice sucks, which is weird. I grew up in a place called Rome, New York. It was called Rome because back in the days of immigration from Europe, we had a lot of Italians. So Rome is, well, when I was growing up, it was kind of like three parts. One was the Air Force, which was a mixed match One was the Polish side, and one was the Italian side. It's more blended and diverse now, but when I was growing up, there was a distinct Italian part of town and a distinct Polish part of town. And us Air Force brats, sometimes we got caught in the middle there because, I'd go in the Polish part of town and I'd hear ethnic jokes about wops and guineas and stereotypes about mafia. And when I was in the Italian side, I'd hear Polak jokes, and I didn't really know that these weren't good jokes, and I'd repeat them. Sometimes I'd repeat them in the wrong part of town. Melanie Shadowfinkel, did YouTube mention where the copyright strike came from? Actually, it was a privacy strike, and no, it actually didn't say it came from my number one suspect, but I've only been pissing one person off lately. They usually do in the email. Writer could have reported for music copyright infringement. No, we haven't used any music that Ryder owns. If Ryder was going to copyright strike me for music, it would have to be music that he owns. He could also copyright strike me or attempt to for using his image. I think recently he tried to copyright strike on GS, and this is really weird. GS did a video for public safety, shared the video, and GS shared for public safety sharing his original video, and for public safety did a copyright strike. He's really desperate to lash out, and hurting people hurt people, and that's his intention. He wants to hurt people, and because he's hurting. Which leads me to one of the things I want to talk about this morning. Chris Ryder's issue with me and my issue with him is growing. It is snowballing. But I have to get back to the root cause. What first set him off against me? We agree politically, at least the anti-Trump side. I think he hates all government, all politicians. Not really sure, but he's definitely anti-Trump, and I'm anti-Trump. So we have a common thing there, anti-Trump. We're both anti-overstep with the government, which for the last 10 months or so has been the Trump government. And we had a common disliking of fraud at Wrangler, and at the time JJ, and even at the time GS. Uh, we seem to like and dislike the same things, and we got along. And I let my guard down with this wuss, this emotionally crippled. And so there was really nothing we disagreed on. But one day, Jess and I realized we can be cordial with each other. Oh, shock. Hell no. Fuck no. You can't do that. You can't be cordial with somebody. Actually, that shock first came over from Hill Pirate Studios and some of my own inner circle. Wait a minute. What are you doing hanging out with GS? Well, kind of a silly joke. Again, I have low EQ. Kind of a, like in your face at the Hill Pirate Studios, who, by the way, last I heard, still owed somebody a sum of money. If I understand the story correctly, Fineflix Finished Productions had a sudden financial breakup. Their labor union and their management had similar issues as my labor union and me, but they were more serious about it. I think the guys are kidding around with me. Good morning, GS. And Jeff Scotto, what's the guy's name? G2. They kind of left Stone Vet, and they didn't really talk much about it. But as I understand it, and we could have it wrong, it was over finances. The Stone Vet channel was monetized, and he had all these helpers, and they had a disagreement about who's getting paid when, blah, blah, blah. And they all made fun of other people for not having jobs. Weird thing is, when Hill Pirate Studios set up separately, apparently Jeff was kind of struggling because I guess he was hoping for more money from the Stone Vet side. So some bleeding heart out there, someone who I guess is kind of like me, sent Jeff I don't know how large, but large enough that it was difficult for Jeff to pay back a sum of money. And every now and then he'd talk about, well, the deal was I would pay it forward, not pay it back, or I'm sorry, I'm between jobs, I don't have any money, I'll do it when I can, blah blah blah. And finally, just stopped talking about it. So I don't know if he ever paid this debt or not. Um, to the bleeding heart out there, whoever she was, I never caught her name. I have a philosophy: if you loan or give money, if you donate, the second, and I mean the very second it's out of your hands and in the receiver's hands, I personally, you no longer have anything to say about it. Let me see if I can pronounce this right. Anya, it's spelled Anya Meadows. I apologize, Anya. Apparently, I've been pronouncing the name wrong. Good morning. Good morning, number two. Good morning, GS. Um, Chris did correct me that I was pronouncing your name wrong. I'm used to people being named Anna or Anna. In fact, there's a lady in my real life circle. Her name is actually spelled Anna, but every time someone calls her Anna, she corrects them. It's on now. But I'm guessing we're supposed to pronounce your name Anya. I hope I'm not over exaggerating the ya. Anya. It's spelled Anya. I should have paid attention to that. But as wrong as he is on many things, he corrected me on that. I don't know why that was an issue. Yes, I do know though why it was an issue. That was an issue for him because the actual issue we were talking about, he realized he was wrong, I was right, and he had to distract from that. Oh, so we go after when you're posting stuff, we go after the typos. When we're saying stuff, we're going after silly things like how I say things or how I pronounce things. So generally specific. I apologize. The words are very small. Let me squint. Never thought I would hear the day that the country had too many skilled welders so that Senior Hefe could not find gainful employment as a highly skilled weld master. Well, that's a good point. There's always a need for welding, professional, unprofessional. You could easily be a gig economist welding, but apparently that's not the only thing in his resume. He was he, he's allegedly got the uh, full education of basic training, AIT for MP, PLDC or whatever they call it in his time, and DNOC or whatever they call it in his time. He's gone as far as DNOC. I don't know if he went as far as ANOC, but he's got some education right there, plus all the training and discipline that we all as soldiers get. Uh, so he's not just a welder. Allegedly, he's also an oil rig in his history. Yeah, he could find work if he wanted to. I don't know if he actually is actively working, but the point about the whole loan thing was that was the second thing I did. The first thing I did to piss off Generally Specific and some of the people in the Hill Pirate Studios was I talked with GS nicely, cordially. We both admitted that we didn't agree on everything. Hell, at one point we admitted that I'm a commie pinko libtard leftist so and so, and that he was a right wing fascist. All the stereotypical left and right stuff. But my crime in Chris's eyes was I was talking nice to him, and he was talking. I was receiving nice comments from him. I think. Let me see. And I might have my chronological order wrong, and if I do, I apologize. I can't see the chat. Maybe when the stream ends, you can put in the comments where I might have it wrong, because my memory ain't so good. What happened last week versus what happened 3 weeks ago. Sometimes it's a little bit out of order. One thing that I'm certain of is uh, the recording that everyone waited so much for. It really wasn't all that. I thought I raged more. I thought they raged more. I thought everyone raged more. I guess that means I felt rage in my body and heart and mind and soul. But I think the only part I really raged on was reminding them that I took an oath to a Constitution, and the Constitution has a meaning to me. And no, I was not as calm as I just sounded right now. I was raging. I was passionate and angry and raging and trying to make a point loudly. I can't see this. Senior Hefe has blue Dodge Durango. Oh, now I'm going to get privacy struck for saying that out loud. Interesting that this model is used by police. Oh, yeah. Parked in his fenced in backyard to avoid the repo man. I might have the wrong. I might have the wrong address for Senior Hefe, and I won't put it out there on YouTube. Someone told me that someone else hinted at, and what we thought we figured out to be the actual address. There's no fencing in the backyard, like a little gravel alleyway that is shared by various properties on the main streets a block apart. That goes through the backyard areas, and I didn't see a fence in there. Now, Google Maps Street View can be a little old sometimes. Maybe there is a fence now. Maybe it's just back there, so it's not easily seen. I went to visit somebody else that had a similar. If we, again, I might have the wrong address. Had a similar front. You had the main street on the main blocks, and you don't even see the gravel street, road, pathway, whatever, that goes between the backyards until you're right on top of it. In fact, I missed where do I park like 3 or 4 times, so I finally realized, oh, I can. There's a lot of parking space in the back. You just have to find that little gravel road and get on back there. But I am digressing. Fix your mic. I'm sorry. Wow, how long? Okay, I just realized my pinky was over the mic. I'm on this little cell phone shit. Anyway, if I have my chronological order right on the for public safety thing, first thing I did wrong, the crime of the century, was sending and receiving decentries, cordial exchanges of GS. And then suddenly one day he did a sincere prayer for me. Oh my God, Finkel received a prayer from GS. Horrible, Finkel, horrible, horrible, horrible. And that kind of stuff in my heart, like, you know what? This is one of those guys that ideologically are on the other side of the aisle of me politically. Maybe we can make progress just by hearing each other out and not being nasty at each other. And meanwhile, Senior Heffley's going on about this debt that he can't seem to pay back. So I'm like, all right, let piss everybody off. I had no idea I was going to piss off for public safety, but I sent just, in YouTube terms, a generous donation. Finkel's Boomer flip phone. When I get your address, I'm sending you a gallon of mayonnaise. Who's got his address? People say they've doxed GS's address. I want to send him 2 gallons of mayonnaise. Better yet, mayonnaise with an expired expiration date. How about that? To be fair, I did call you some, and likewise, we were pretty downright nasty at each other. In fact, I did something I don't approve of others doing, which makes me a hypocrite. I got nasty in regards to your family. And by the way, Mrs. Specific seems to be very gracious about that. I don't deserve it, but I do seem to have her grace on that, and I appreciate that. I just moved. All right, Jess has just moved, so your dog's he's not going to get the expired mayonnaise. Okay. Anyway, well, that was a horrible crime. I got calls and texts and comments. How dare I send GS money? Because that money, what was it for? I think it was just a penny under the YouTube Daily Max, $4.99.99. That was intended to trigger Senior Hefe, and I don't know if Senior Hefe didn't notice or he pretended not to notice, because he sniped some of GS's work, and of the same day of that big red You can't miss $499 with the comment about Senior Hefe and paying his loan back. He totally missed that. He did not address it. It was almost as if he knew it was there, but he didn't want his audience to see that. Because, when you talk about somebody else's stream and it's 2, 3, 4 hours long, people kind of tend to stick to what the sniper is sniper. What do you call one who snipes other channels? I don't. Sniper's probably the wrong term. The reviewer, the auditor. Yeah, they kind of stick to just what the auditor shows, and Senior Hefe somehow totally ignored that. And every now and then I check in on Hefe, and he seems to be ignoring any of this stuff. But the person I actually did trigger, unintentionally, was up until this point someone that I've always been fair and kind and have donated to, have tried to donate stuff to Chris Ryder. He got pissed. He got pissed. Tiffany got pissed. How dare I give money to other YouTube channels? In this case, they felt threatened uh, by Generally Specific. Well, hold on now. I've given money. I've given lots of money through super chats to for public safety. A lot more than one. In fact, when I first became aware of GS was doing a fundraiser, and I did verify with Chris that he got everything from that fundraiser, so it's not like GS skimmed from the top. But I gave a lot of money to that fundraiser as a legal fundraiser. We were raising funds because we felt that you were being unfairly prosecuted, treated by the law enforcement of, I can't remember if it was Meade County or Hardin County or both. GS hosted. That's how I first became aware of GS. He was hosting that fundraiser, and it wasn't directly through YouTube. It wasn't super chats. And I distinctly remember giving that and thinking, "Oh, this GS guy's kind of nice." And then later on, GS and For Public Safety had a falling out. Imagine that, someone having a falling out with For Public Safety. Inconceivable. All right, so I give this super chat to GS, which is smaller than the monies I've given to For Public Safety, which is a lot smaller, and I took a lot of shit for this too. The monies that I've given to Sarah the Raging Tomato, which is smaller than if you total up all the 20s and 50s that I've given to Resla. In fact, although it's one big chunk, it's smaller than most other YouTube channels that I've given to over time. But I took a lot of shit for, well, yeah, sometimes when I super chat to any channel, there's always somebody out there like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah. How dare you give that person money?" Dudes and dudettes, when it's in my hands, my bank account, on my credit card, in my wallet, it's my money. When I send it, it's whoever receives that money, not my money. It's not your money. You don't get to, whoever out there might hear my voice right now, unless you're one of my bill collectors, you do not get to decide where I spend my money and how and for what purpose. Okay, so I sent GS a almost $500 super chat to piss off Jeff. Jeff didn't notice, but the big old crybaby did notice, and he contacted me in several ways to bitch about it. Why are you doing this? You know he's going to use that money against me. Something about cardboard cutouts of little children with sexually suggestive lips and posse parties on Chris's property. They're coming for me. They're coming for me, and they're using your money to come for me. Shut the fuck up. Unfortunately, GS probably has to spend that money on legal. He had to spend money to defend himself. That was our concern when we didn't know if JJ was serious, if Kaiser was serious about JJ having me extradited to Kentucky. Nobody thought that I would lose in a court of law. Nobody thought that for a second, including me. What we thought they were intending, and what I was a little bit worried about, is that I would have to take time off from work, spend money on lawyers, travel to places I really didn't want to go. It would be kind of expensive defending from the obviously the bullshit charges. And since then, we've learned that quite possibly those charges were a joke, never intended. I don't know if it was a joke or a serious swing and a miss, as they say. But uh, I think that's where Ryder got the idea. Even though General Specific would never be found guilty, he's going to have to spend money defending himself from your bullshit. I think you learned that from our suspicions about JJ. Uh, but I'm out of sequence still. Okay, so I'm enemies of GS and I'm friends with for public safety. GS and I start to talk cordially. That pisses off for public safety. GS prays for me, and unrelated, I send GS money, and that really pisses Chris off. And then I continue to grow a cordial online relationship with, oh, that's going to be clipped relationship. We're getting along. And that's my crime against for public safety. I'm getting along with somebody he hates. How dare I? How dare I? And that's where we spiraled out of control to the point of he's calling me on my way up to New York, and we're yelling at each other. Over what? Over what? Over for public safety paranoia that the big, bad, mean, nasty GS is coming to get him. Well, okay, so you saw this morning. Actually, someone asked me, do I know it's Chris Ryder? I don't know that the privacy complaint is Chris Ryder, but I mean, come on, who else could it be? I looked over the email to see if there was a thing that says who's complaining about the privacy issue. I don't think I've talked about anything else that someone might even remotely deem as privacy. Now, on the original cut of now, here I am driving to New York. I don't have a laptop with me, and Chris calls me, and of course the car's always recording. I can't edit it. I can't render it. I don't have the computer equipment here with me, and I hear Chris say, um, I heard Chris on a live stream describe in his words and his narratives what that call is about. I'm like, oh, well, I guess we're going to have to publish it. So I don't remember what circles. I said, I can't wait till I get back home, back to my computer, so I can render this and demonstrate that the call didn't exactly go, at least in my memory, as Chris explained it. Uh, when uh, when Muxa heard this, he suggested I send it to him. I sent it to him, the memory card, and he rendered it. And a little piece of information got in there that none of us noticed. Chris noticed because he knows the difference of who he's talking about. We're going to change the first name to Joe or Joey. It's not Joe or Joey, but let's say, oh, Joe, we'll go, yeah, informal and formal. Joey and Joseph. We'll use those, a formal and an informal name. Joey, he's been talking about Joey this, Joey that, Joey, 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 Joey. Joey, Joey. And in the very heated and contentious phone call, he mentions a Joseph. Keep in mind, Joey and Joseph are not the real names, but it's that difference. I didn't notice. Excuse me. Okay. Oh. Muxer didn't notice it. I didn't notice it. Nobody really noticed it until on a live stream, Chris called it out. He said, "You doxed my ward's full first name. You said Joseph." I'm like, what? Oh, the person you're claiming to be responsible has a formal version of the name of the informal that you've been talking about, Joey Joseph. Joey, 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 Joey is a bad guy in my life. Joseph is someone I'm responsible for. And you said Joseph. How dare you? Hmm. Actually, we didn't say Joseph. He did. We just didn't catch that might be a age and location concern. We just didn't catch that. And when he pointed that out, Muckster immediately, without me even knowing about it, because the artists and the labor unions taken over, took that down and started editing out the Joseph name. And he put it back up. Again, Joseph and Joey aren't the real names. It's just an example of a formal and informal name for Joe. Okay. Exactly, Finkel. On that phone call with Ryder, he accused you, Finkel, of paying for GS attorney. That's what grinds Ryder's gears. Hey, whether I'm paying for his mukbangs or his cardboard cutouts or whatever he uses the money for, the second, and I mean the second, it's out of my hands, it's really up to him, except for the part that YouTube keeps. Just because, let's say I'm anti-abortion. I'm not, but let's say I'm anti-abortion, but I'm pro-defense of Israel. My tax dollars goes towards the defense of Israel, and because my tax dollars go for the defense of Israel, Israel has a little bit more money to play with for healthcare, and it's much easier and cheaper for a woman in Israel to get an abortion, and that pisses a lot of Americans off. Now, did my tax money go for the abortion? No, it went for the defense. But just because one thing allows another doesn't mean that's what I'm paying for. I'm not paying for abortions in Israel. I'm paying for the defense of Israel. And I know a lot of people feel that's just an example. I did not give GS $499.99 to get cardboard cutouts or to host block parties on a public sidewalk or any of that stuff. But he's welcome to do it. It's his money now. It's not a debt. It's not a loan. It's a gift. It's a gift with an intended purpose of pissing off uh, uh, Jeff, and it was a swing and a miss. I either didn't get to Jeff or Jeff pretended like I didn't get to him. I will never have the satisfaction of thinking or knowing that I got to Jeff. But it did bring out bring out to my awareness just how full of shit Chris is. Up until that point, Chris and I agreed on everything except for one thing: how to get along with GS. We disagreed on that. What he was doing to GS, what he felt GS was doing to him. We disagreed on the relationship. There, I said relationship again, between Ryder and Specific. We disagreed on one issue, and therefore that means I'm some kind of piece of shit. I cannot be trusted. I will never be talked to again until he has something else to say. That was funny. I'm never going to talk to you again. And there he is on my panel talking to me. Yeah. He's an emotional wreck, and he doesn't really say what he means, and he doesn't mean what he say. Uh, and well, from there it's kind of spiraled out of control, and I really don't give a fuck because as he runs his mouth more, I realize more stupid things. Anyway, I'm 33 minutes into it, and I said I was going to audio snipe. Finkel Ryder will attempt to manipulate your wallet again. Yes. In fact, I think we're going to hear something about that. Now, I don't have my computer with me, so I can't share screen. So I'm just going to play the audio. And so I, I can't remember why now. When I was listening to this a little while ago, before I decided, well, you know what, I'm gonna give my thoughts about this. So let's see what I've already forgotten. And if you can't hear it, kind of try and keep an eye on the chat if I can. Money well spent if I wake you up. If I woke you up to how big of a Muppet Rider is. Not just you, a lot of people. Sadly, most of us fall. Oh, fall longer felt. Sorry for Tiffany. Oh, um, Yeah, there was something about Tiffany in here that. Let's see what it was. Okay. Yeah. GS apparently. We're using the term victim. Uh, he's one of the ones that experienced writers flipping. A while back we thought GS flipped on Ryder. Turns out Ryder flipped on GS. Let's see what. And if you can't hear it, let me know, and I'll just deal with it as best I can. On Israel, abortion is fairly easy to do. It has abortion committees, and firearms are highly regulated. Okay. All right. I'm trying to talk about Ryder here. Okay. Let's get on to Ryder.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, no matter when you are, where you are, who you are, how you are. I, your host, generally specific. Hope you're doing well.
How's the audio on that? That was GS's voice on his stream of 927. Could you hear that okay? Last comment I see is for GMK, a la carte. All right. Well, just in case you can't, I'll try to say what I just heard and give my thoughts on it. And no, this is an hour and 48-minute stream. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Loud and clear. Good. Okay. We hear GS's voice loud and clear.
All right.
Okay. He's getting old like me.
Yeah, let's see. So, allegedly. So there are no alleged facts tonight, folks. We're not dealing in allegedly tonight. We're dealing in just straight up hardcore facts tonight. There are going to be many more facts coming your way. Chat, hope you're doing well. I'm going to do a shout out to everyone in the channel. Because I miss doing the shout outs. I think we're just going to take our time. Let's say, I think we'll say congratulations to, well, we are currently...
I apologize. I don't have the normal controls I would if I was at my computer. I'm literally playing it on one cell phone and holding the other cell phone for the StreamYard. kind of, what do you call it? Hillbilly, redneck, kind of trailer park. I don't know, ghetto.
At 2,170, like 2,170 something subs. So the channel is growing, chat. The channel is growing.
By the way, if you can hear my stop, just all right. If you can hear my voice now or later, remember to like and subscribe the channel. Generally _specific.
I'm seeing some new names in the chat. I don't know if you'll be able to go back far enough to engage the people that first came in, but we shall see.
Oh, if you can't see who was first, I was first. Anytime you can't see who was first, just assume I was first. Okay, I'm trying to get to the serious stuff. I don't have the fast forward control as I would.
Lamper says number one, all hail me. And we got Mav says second. And just cause throwing some pickles into the action. What's up?
Oh, okay. I can do the speed thing. Shall we try playback speed of 1.25? Okay. Thank you.
T. Dilligaff, good to see you. King Pluto, always a pleasure. And we got Mr. Monday rocking the FPS logo. Or is it FP5? Is it FP5 or 4P5? By the way, our coffee machine, our coffee maker, basically went kaputs. Decided it wanted to crap the bed. So we broke out an old French press that, we bought two French presses. Probably should have another one on stock because, my goodness, does coffee.
Fresh French press. Lightly grounded beans. You all know how to live.
It tastes good going through a French press. Oh, it's just a different experience. And what's up, Mr. Monday? Good to see you. And if you guys got anything important you want to say, go ahead and make sure you get my attention with it somehow. And otherwise, I might miss it. I want to get on with the show too much. Here we got ND14. We got number 2. Good to see you, Billy. And Karma's Helper. Seen a lot of regular faces. I like it. We got My Brother's Keeper. Saying evening, y'all.
I apologize. I don't remember all this. I must have skipped over to the stuff I wanted to react to. I'm going to 1.5 now.
Can't wait to see some more of your body of work. If you guys aren't subbed to My Brother's Keeper, please do so. We need to get him up above 500.
My Brother's Keeper, yes. One of the folks that even when he came up on stream and we discussed it, I still saw it for public safety's way. And even my closest inner circle said, no, 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 he's right there. There is no gun there. And yeah, I fucked around, didn't listen, and I found out. Okay, so yeah, I think it's My Brother's Keeper 556 is that channel. Another one to like and subscribe to.
So you can start getting memberships or start monetizing and stuff. He has got such a library of Chris Ryder videos. It's like redunculous. And he can make all kinds of clips. We got Giggles in the house. Good to see you, Giggles. And And we got Ellie Mae Clampett. My eyes are foaming over Rhonda. Good to see you, Miss Rhonda. I'm liking to see all this green in the chat. I really do like it. We got Mag. Is it Mag D5? Mag Dump 5. And brown chicken, brown cow. All right, scrolling. You guys are just chatty tonight.
Uh-oh. I think I might be connecting GS to Hot Mess Summer. She does that all the time. Okay, let's continue.
We got SF8. Good.
It could just be a common thing that goes in people's head. Not offenses if you help. MBK, My Brother's Keeper, has almost every video Chris Ryder ever made. Oh boy, yeah, okay.
See ya. Kind of scary when he is silent for 24 hours. When who is silent? Oh, you're talking about Ryder? I wonder what's up, Morning Miss just hopped in. She's probably getting ready to go to bed though.
He's probably crying on his pillow.
Good of you to come in and say hello.
That's right, crying.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hot coffee. Hot coffee. All right, so we got Marine Corps girl. It's one of those names that really just gives me a lot of joy when I say it. She'll slip your punches. Marine Corps girl. His Royal Highness Lord Mimsy. I mean, I like to say all you guys' names, but there's some of your names that really just make me giggle. If you know what I mean, giggle. Let's see, TikTok 10/21 2025. Talk. Yep, exactly, giggles. Well, let's see. We got Mr. Monday, Karma. Jonathan P. He's lurking. Good to see you. You know what? Let's get some music going here, guys. Seems a little boring, a little empty. Let's go right about 15 while I'm doing a roll call. Let's get a little background. Hopefully my voice isn't jacked up and robotic right now. All right, scrolling down. And we got Nightcrawler. Hit that like button.
I'm going a little bit faster.
Okay, it's a little aggressive.
I don't remember this. I must have. There we go. Got 2.0 now.
Chris lies. Will he lie some more? We're going to try to get to the bottom of some things. I hope Shadowfinkel's watching right now. Well, actually, I hope Shadowfinkel's watching right now. Shadowfink.
We are listening to, I believe, GS's live stream of last night. I was listening to part of it while I was making regular coffee, not French press. And I heard some things that I wanted to respond to, Glock loaded. And I'm wondering if I'm clicking on the wrong stream because I'm not hearing what I thought I remembered hearing. You know what? I might have jumped in there in the middle somewhere. And yeah, but it's GS's voice right now at 2.0 times the normal speed. I'm trying to get to what I thought I'd heard earlier. And if the anticipation is, am I going to dunk on GS? No. GS and other people comment on things that stirred my mind, and that's what I'm reacting to. This is not a mean snipe, if you will. This is, hey, he said something that spurred my memory.
Email address in the chat form, porchdignation@gmail.com. Shadowfinkel, if you kindly reach out and just say hello to me. I got a question for you.
I was not watching live. I did pop in very briefly last night. I don't remember at what timestamp.
I'm already on it. I gotta get this coffee down, guys. Sorry. I just don't think I'm breathing enough when I'm talking. That's gotta be it. Maybe I'm kicking my addiction oxygen little by little. Let's see. Jessica, good to see you. Broken system, broken trust. How you doing? Bringing up kids? Yes, really. That sounds like you're the one that did it, buddy.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
All right. Are you trying to disrupt the kill destroy demon? I call you rebuked in the name of Jesus.
We're now at 1.25.
Right. Oh, but you said an F word. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, this is the right one.
You think I'm Mr. Rogers, but I'm ready to go on a crusade. That's the difference. Vintage video and TV. Is that after he puts up a few more 2x4s for protection? By the way, pretty cool, pretty funny, hilarious story when it comes to that. Finkel had a little sick burn there. Finkel had a little sick burn. I guess there's like a little apparatus that you can kind of brace in underneath the doorknob. And
Love the Finkel and Trust look. You know what? I very rarely actually control the. I have access to control the logos, but the artist union, who's mad at me right now, that they keep changing stuff around without me noticing. Yeah, in Finkel we trust. Okay. What Gias was talking about there is the other night, after fuming a little bit about for public safety coming up and spurging on my channel. I know people don't like the word spurging. I'm just using the YouTube lingo. He apparently showed some kind of 2x4 he's putting across some kind of door. I couldn't tell what kind of door it was, but I was kind of thinking about that. I'm like, why go through all this bullshit with a 2x4? They make products, and I looked around the room. Yeah, I could still see it. Um, a few years ago, when one of my daughters had some problems with people breaking into her house, we installed pepper spray, we installed cameras, and the door was kind of funky. And we thought the best product for that door while she's inside to stop people from breaking in was this device we'd seen as seen on TV type things. And you can adjust it, pry it under the doorknob, and you're literally going to have to break in through a window or something else because you're not going to open the door. This thing is so reinforced. I forget what it's called, but sure enough, when my daughter moved to a much safer place, she's like, I don't really care about this anymore. Uh, she thought, my mom, I'm saying at my mom could use it. That's actually, it's been sitting in that corner ever since. But that's what GS is talking about. I did a short on it. I went over to the counter, the two counters where it's in between, and I put it over by the door. Actually, it's just, you could tell mom's not using it because it's not even extended to the right length for her door. But I was kind of surprised that GS watched that. That means GS is watching. So I better be careful what I say because yeah. Okay, let's play.
It's like a little, kind of like a rubber stop, kind of like if you got a cane or something. It's kind of funny. All right, let's see. Giggles. And it looks like BSBT can't stop talking about kids. Yep, that all checks out.
Oh yeah, BSBT. He's got his own issues with kids and custody issues. That what the hell is he doing on people's YouTube channels talking shit about what other people are saying about kids? I see GS says my biggest regret was going on your panel when Chris Ryder was in it because he ran away. That's true. If he'd stayed longer, he would have said more stupid shit, and we would have outed him on more, or he would have outed himself on more of his stupid shit. He was spurging so hard. However, it seems like he was trying to run over Finkel. Yeah, uh, I noticed that as we're talking, he'd ask a question, and when I'd go to answer, he'd like talk over me, change the subject, yell at me about how I pronounce Anya's name, anything to distract from the answer. And I realized, thinking about some of his past arguments with other people, that's what he does. It's a Rick Jones issue too. Of course, Rick Jones, his method is to yell over you and sing stupid, annoying songs. But the point is, you have an answer, but they do everything they can to distract from the answer, and then they ask another question, and they do the same thing. And it comes off to the audience like uh, the person who's supposed to be answering the question doesn't have a good answer. It's kind of bullshit. And I hope people see through it when people pull that shit. But that's exactly what Ryder was doing. Let's push play.
That all checks out. You and Chris are the only one that talk about kids incessantly. I'm not sure what he's talking about kids.
That was BSBT.
He's just trying to get attention because he doesn't get any at home.
Oh.
Because press harder is away, so he can't press harder on his anus. Right, so. All right. Nerd girl. Good to see you.
Like him, love him, hate him, tolerate him, whatever you think of GS, you cannot argue the fact that he is funny. Even if the jokes are in bad taste, the man is funny. I mean, if you find the jokes to be in bad taste, try out George Carlin sometimes. He is funny. We the people. Good morning. Good morning, we the people. All right, I'm going to push play again.
Nerd girl, Jen's World. Always happy to see your name in the chat. We got Fuzzy Potato says, "Sup, all you beaches. It's all about the facts." Yeah, I agree. I haven't seen Navy Girl here in a while. I must have upset her or something. Yeah, it's like BSBT's spurging out again, guys. Just don't make eye contact with the spurg. He'll go away eventually. I'll get tired. He's like Brian Browning, you know. Oh, you guys don't remember Ryan Browning, do you?
I don't.
Oh, you don't remember Ryan Browning. I'll refresh your guys' memory here in a little bit.
I don't remember Brian Browning, but hearing that tells me I'm on the right stream. I'm just not as far forward as I had thought I was. I must have accidentally rewound it or something. Let's continue.
Tom, good to see you in the chat. Let's see.
And yes, I see something in my chat now. Generally specific, Chris is trying to manipulate Finkel. He is. Exactly. And that was part of the point that I got to on the stream that I'm very clumsily trying to get back to.
And look at everyone's like, see, that's the one you guys should be rocking right there. The real for public safety, FPS right there. That's the icon y'all should be rocking right there.
Oh, and GS never got to show the Brian Browning freak out video. Oh, interesting. The name's not ringing a bell, but when you said it, I realized, okay, I'm on the right stream. The reason I'm doing this stream. Okay.
Oh, here we go. And anybody who charges child support may as well admit they are broke and pathetic and are probably the wrong parent to have custody. Oh, is that?
Okay, that was the broken system, broken trust, and having been raised in a divorced family and being the father of a divorced family, BSBT, you're full of shit. Child support is it started because once upon a time, men who made the only money were getting divorces and not taking care of their children. It evolved now to where it doesn't matter who makes more money, to make sure the kids have as an equal setting financially in whichever household they end up being in. The way they're doing it now is they take mom's income and they take dad's income and they average it out, and whoever's making the lesser amount should be getting the difference so that the kids don't financially suffer from being in separate houses. Child support is not because I can't get a job. It's because, well, not in this case, in my case, but if my ex-wife made more than me and I had the kids, it would be because the kids shouldn't suffer financially just because they're living with. I'm over explaining it, but yeah, BSBT, you're wrong there. Of course, that's probably how you see it because you're supposed to pay child support and you didn't. So your cope with that is saying the intended receiver of the child support, the mother of your children, you tried to cheat her out of it. So yeah, you're basically not just saying fuck the ex-woman, you're saying fuck your own children. And BSBT, you're a piece of shit for thinking that way. But let's continue.
Is that what she's claiming? She put child support on her credit card? You sure that she wasn't crying in the background trying to get Finkel to open up his check?
That's what triggered me this morning. On a recent stream, when Chris is telling me he's never going to talk to me again, he claimed Tiffany was somewhere else in the house. I don't know, some different part of the room, or maybe in a different room, crying because David Finkel so badly hurt her. I didn't do a thing to Tiffany. What that was they've seen I'm an old softy, and I try to fix things with money. Oh, someone's hurting, send money. Someone's having a bad day, send money. Someone's mowing my mom's lawn at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. What the hell? Okay, if it gets loud up in here, I might have to stop. Yeah, I'm kind of stupid about this, and people see that. and I've seen it more than once. Oh, Finkel throws money around, kind of stupidly, kind of like a drunk sailor on Liberty. Oh, that's the neighbor. That's not us. Okay, so I shouldn't get too loud. Uh, so I'm getting distracted by a stupid lawnmower. By the way, Ariel only has white people mow his lawn. I couldn't really tell the. Yeah, okay. Muckster might remember this. There was a lady in Canada who was really mad at all of us, and then suddenly showed up on one of our live streams and started talking about how her son was in the hospital. And we're like, oh, kind of sorry to hear that. And oh, by the way, I can't get to the hospital because my car has a flat tire. And as the oh shit, that's going to get real loud. As it went on, Killing Time, Ariel, Muxer, whoever was on, we were realizing, holy shit, this chick, whatever problem it is, whatever solution we come up with, it goes to another problem, and she's just trying to get sympathy for money. Unlike, hey, Hot Mess Summer's in the house. Morning, fuckers. Unlike Hot Mess Summer, uh, we she has a monetized channel. She has an Amazon wish list. Uh, she has various ways you can donate to her cause, and we've actually tracked our donations. And so when she lets people know, hey, there's this homeless woman in a women's shelter, uh, blah blah blah. We'll sometimes we'll send her the money. Sometimes we feel sympathetic, but she actually shows without showing the face. I mean, she's very careful about not doxing faces. She actually helps these people. This woman from Canada was pulling what I would call now a Tiffany. Oh, woe is me. I can't just I can't just drive to my son in the hospital because my tire's flat. I can't just change my tire because I have no money. My my husband, everything came to a fix would be financial. There was a workaround, but only the financial fix would fix the problems. And we're like, yeah, no, not buying that one. But that's what Tiffany was doing that night because that same night, when she's balled up in the fetal position, crying because Finkel hurt her by what? By getting along with GS. That somehow hurt. You know, if if me getting along with somebody hurts you, there's something wrong with your emotional. But there was really nothing wrong with Tiffany's emotions because later on the same day, we heard her very clearly talking to for public safety while he's on another panel. That was a bunch of bullshit. I'm up early already. Emergencies don't have times on them. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, Hot Mess Summer is always busy doing something. But I want to put it out there that I'm not buying the Tiffany's balled up in the fetal position crying because Finkel got along with January specific. Bullshit. Does she have emotional issues that I don't know about? I don't know. I don't. At this point, I don't care. But let's continue. Finkel, I have a person of age I shall not dock. I can't take care of because her bio doesn't pay child support. Oh, the mother doesn't pay child support. Could you please, could you please provide me with money to raise her? I think you're joking. Just teasing. We work our asses off to provide. Yeah. uh, yeah. Okay. I'm connecting the dots. Um, geez. Uh, um, I got sidetracked. The lawnmower keeps going by. Is the lawnmower too loud? Is it too loud in the background? It's annoying me, but I don't know if it's annoying y'all. I'm going to put the mic of one phone closer to the speaker in the other, and I'm going to play. Oh, it. Finkel, what if that scammer was Chris and Tiffany sock account? At what time? At one time, we thought it was Vegas Flips. It was actually a live voice. It turned out not to be Vegas Flips. Pretending. I thought you needed to laugh. Yeah. Pretending to be a person in need. Well, she clearly was pretending to be a person in need. But it wasn't Vegas. Actually, our confusion was Vegas Flips did sock that same account. And really, jeez, I actually, yeah, that was quite the screw up. Jonathan, when we gave GS to when you gave GS to 500, and then 300. Oh yeah, that was my crime. I gave him another 300. I forgot. Uh, he, he's lost his mind because you weren't giving to Chris. Right. It seems strange that his live stream begging for $800 for his lawyer. Oh, really? Did he? Oh, okay. Interesting. I give GS 5, and then I give him another 3, and then Chris tries to ask people for the same amount. That is interesting. Okay. Um, Goodness gracious! Really on a Sunday morning? All right. I'm gonna push play again.
Book tour. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if Finkel ever helped or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. It's like, what's up, Grandma Wolf? It's like the walls are closing in, and the walls go tumbling down, and the walls go.
And I'm sorry, Muckster. I love you, man, but GS has a better singing voice than either of us.
Crumbling, tumbling, and the walls come crumbling down. You got some Jericho situation going on you over there. House, is it House Ryder or is it House Napier?
I would think the Napiers are in charge. I would think because the IQ is so different. Anyway.
Or is it House Landlord? Probably House Landlord. Is it House Homeless? Probably going to end up being homeless pretty soon. Probably going to end up being homeless. Frankly, at this point in time, couldn't happen to a better group of belonging to cardboard box crackheads, in my opinion.
Oh, my.
All right, let's see. I'm not going to read his stuff anymore. It's just annoying. What's up, Morning Mist? Good to see you. All right. Oh, nope. And they're fighting each other. What's up? You got Keith. I'm sorry, Keith. Queef. Queef kick a bitch of the Slapo trap. 5150. I love that you guys put 5150 after your name. I think that's awesome. Broken Bones. And this is lame as F. I'm out. All right. Take care. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you.
Love that song.
All right, let's see. I guarantee you they're still here. Yeah, hold on. What's their name? What's their name? Dash Fuzzy Potato. Okay, ready? At Dash Fuzzy. Yeah, they're still here.
Fuzzy Potato, wasn't that an auditor a while back? I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here.
What's up, Fuzzy Potato? You little poser, you little liar. I thought you were leaving. Hey, mods, why don't we give Fuzzy Potato like a little helping hand? We'll give him 24 hours. How's that sound? Just let him chill for like 24 hours. Then he can actually leave because he won't be able to run his little cock holster. How's that sound? And what's up, Tack? Good to see you, the angry Canadian. All right. You know, Retribution, Reckoning, Restoration, Comeuppance. You know, when I tell you guys that something is what it is, and then I show you receipt after receipt, and proof after proof, and fact after fact, at some point in time, maybe when I tell you to stay away from Chris Ryder and Tiffany Napier, and I would not donate another red cent if you have a common cent brain.
I sure won't.
Cell left in your head, but you could do whatever you want to do, chat. You can do whatever you want to do. I mean, if you're over here and you're a Chrissy simp, sure. I mean, open up your veins, open up your wallets, whatever. I mean, just pour it out to them, and they'll just take it and take it and take it. And then when you have a question like Finkel did, they'll turn on you and slip the knife in.
Yep.
And whatever things you might have said in private or in confidence, Chris Ryder will definitely bring it out immediately
Yep.
into the fold the second it becomes inconvenient. Yeah, some of us will hold on to that bullshit for a really long time until they see a liar telling more and more lies, and then they'll call them on it. Then they'll say, "There is no truth in you. There is no truth in you. You're not as exhausted as you claim to be. You just didn't want to be in my channel. All you had to do is say you didn't want to be in my channel because you're."
Yeah, I'd give that advice. If anybody out there on YouTube annoys you, why are you watching? Chris Tiffany, if I annoy you, don't watch. If GS annoys you, don't watch. If I find someone annoying, like Squeaky Jeff, I don't watch. I peek every now and then. Oh, speaking of Squeaky Jeff, I peeked in for all of 5 minutes last night on Hill Pirate Studios, and Jeff played a clip, I don't know how old, of GS explaining that when he was a teenager, when he was a teenager, he imagined working with the cheerleading squad and accidentally, getting a little touchy-feely that he wouldn't otherwise get. That is fucking normal for a teenage boy to have those thoughts. Jeff, if those thoughts seem odd to you for a teenage boy, maybe there's something abnormal about you. When you're in junior high school and high school, even a little bit after high school, and you're a heterosexual male, you have thoughts like that. Ooh, I wonder if I'll accidentally, whatever, so that you get a little experience with the female body that at this point you don't have a lot of experience with. And Jeff played that clip. I can't remember the exact words, but the part that Jeff was spinning out of control was just wasn't. He wasn't saying he did this or he did this intentionally. He said he imagined doing this, which is perfectly friggin' normal for an adolescent boy. GS never said he did do this, at least not in that clip. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. The idea is you're 14, 15, 16 years old, and you're becoming biologically aware, and girls are starting to develop parts that interest you. And I know it sounds creepy at 60 talking about this, but put yourself back when you're at those ages, 14, 15, 16. The girls are developing, your thoughts are, you're going from, ooh, girls have cooties to, that girl might be more interesting than hanging out with the boys. At that stage in life, you start imagining things, fantasizing about things. Uh, and, yeah, and that includes having direct physical contact with these strange new body parts that these girls are starting to show. It's not a 50-something-year-old man or me explaining a 60-year-old man talking about wanting to be with the teenage girls. It's talking about I remember when I was a teenage boy and I had these thoughts. At no point did GS say that I actually did these things. He said, I remember when I had these thoughts or something along those lines. And Jeff played it and said, isn't that a crime? Are you confessing to a crime? Did you sexually assault those? I mean, he's acting as if GS made some sort of confession of actually doing that which he claimed he had an imagination, a teenage fantasy. And then I'm like, I'm thinking he didn't say what Jeff was splitting it, and then Jeff played the exact clip again, and I heard the same thing. And it was exactly that. When he was a teenager boy, he remembers that when he was a teenage boy, he had these thoughts. Who among us heterosexual men did not have these thoughts? Oh, I think I saw a response to that. There's actually a funny short reel of a male and a female cheerleader squad practicing moves, and that actually happens, and they all laughed in an embarrassing way. They were college kids, so they're a little bit older. Yeah. Stuff happens, and a very creative young teenage GS imagined it happening to him. Not did it. He didn't, force himself on these girls. He imagined that kind of situation happening. And today, or more recently, he remembers having that imagination. Jeff, you're a friggin' retard. And I'm sorry, I should have said retard. You're, yeah, all right. You're just, I don't know if you're actually hearing it wrong or if you're intentionally spinning it wrong. But that's some dishonest, deceitful shit. Now, here you got Jeff's audience, who a lot of them are not really paying full attention. They're walking away from that thinking that GS is some kind of 50-something-year-old uh, child grape or no. That Jeff, listen to what you're playing. My God, man. I early on I used to accuse GS of seeing something right before his eyes and getting it wrong. Well, Finkel's been getting it wrong because people like Jeff are seeing and hearing something verbatim right before their eyes, and they're getting it wrong. Um, I don't know, maybe it's human nature. The lawn mowing has stopped. Yay. And I'm an hour and 10 minutes into this. I've already gone more time than I thought I would. I'm going to push play. People often hear what they already want to hear. That is true. That is very, very true. I'm going to show you a clip where John Doe says ABC, play, BCD, clip. Okay, what you just heard was John saying ABC, and people actually walk away thinking John said ABC. Yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah, often hear what they already want to hear. You hear what you want to hear, and you see what you want to see, or what you're programmed to see and hear. I didn't hear the lawnmower at all. Oh, good. It was annoying to me. I'm glad you guys didn't hear it. I found it rather annoying. I'm going to push play.
They're never ending in a different channel. Never ending in a different channel. Chatty Cathy can't be stopped. So once again, I can't stand fucking liars. Keep your prayers. I don't need them from you. You know who you are. All right. Let's see. Ellie Mae Clampett.
Hello, Giggles.
I hate disloyalty. Mr. Nobody. Your rooster is on fire. Yes. My rooster is always on fire.
Oh.
It's rooster.
Rooster. Okay. You can't see it. If you go to GS's channel, he's got a lot of background stuff, and one of them is a TV with an image of a fireplace, and in front of that TV is a rooster. They usually refer to it as his little cock, and somewhere he's got a picture of him standing at a very tall rooster, and they call it his big cock. The big cock and the little cock. Yeah, no, it does look like the rooster in front of the TV is on fire. I'm surprised he didn't call it a cock. They usually go with the cock thing. All right. I saw DirectD played the phone call last night. Oh, DirectD's playing mine and Muxer's material, huh? I should copyright strike it. No, my last name's not Ryder. Okay.
All right, scrolling down, looking for a new name. No new names. You guys are just chatting back and forth. I'm still scrolling. Almost there. We're almost at the bottom. J Duel, good to see you. GS and Chate. Teresa Miller, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Come pull up a chair, stay for a minute. And good to see you again, Corey Castillo.
All right. I'm almost at an hour and 13 minutes. Yeah, this took longer than I thought, and part of it was part of it's I'm not using a computer. I can't just go right to the point that I wanted to get. I forgot most of my points, but I saw some of them. So, in a nutshell, no, I don't believe Tiffany's all balled up in a corner, and we've heard that before, and it's gotten sympathy out of us before, and it caused us to send money before, but that night that Tiffany was all balled up and traumatized and broken down because Finkel gave GS a little bit of money. We heard her talking just fine in the background. A lot of times, for public safety, you'll be spurging out, and you actually hear Tiffany very calmly, cool-headedly, and collectedly say, "No, what Muxter meant was, or what Finkel said was, she does correct him a lot." So I don't know if she's deliberately or unwittingly part of Chris's grift, but I don't buy for a second that she's all balled up in the fetal position, traumatized because Finkel was nice to somebody else, and that somebody else was nice to Finkel. And if that is the case, if that triggers some kind of PTSD that two people are nice to each other, I, I don't say get help. Get help. Speaking of being nice to people, I see Hot Mess Summer, and I've been neglecting. And oh shoot, I can't do it from here. I'm sorry. Okay, I was going to send you a little cash app, but I forgot when I came up here. I saw some unexpected charges, so I disassociated my bank account from my cash app. I have to get back home and put that back together. I apologize, Hot Mess. I was about to do that thing that I usually do. Nothing to do with anything we've been talking about. I set it up so I can't do it while I'm here. Damn it. All right. Good morning, morning mist. Yes, recently I was just leaving a chat and I saw you state that you had no ill will towards me. I did see it. I didn't get a chance to respond because I was closing out just as I saw that. I do acknowledge it. I do appreciate it. I do know that I don't deserve it. So that's shows a lot of grace and a little ribbing on your husband. Gee, that's how you stuck with him for so long because you have grace. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm still going to send you expired mayonnaise, GS. Michael Pye. Okay. All right. Somebody's in the back channel. I can't really see. Do you want to come up or not? I won't say your name because I don't know if you're trying to do a private chat or do 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 do. I see some kind of emoticon for morning mist. I can't tell what it is. I got bad eyes, little tiny phone. He or she who's in the background, I can't tell if you want to come up, and I can't go to private chat and just determine. Okay. Oh, okay, I see who it is. And that person has their own power to come up if they choose. Hello, morning. Okay, that's number two saying it. Hello, morning, sweet lady. I am not. I'm not flirting with Mrs. Specific. I'm reading number two. Um. Okay. Yeah, okay. Uh. I need another cup of coffee. I don't have French press. Damn you, GS! You made me envious that I don't have French press. I have regular. I think it's Folgers drip, which is good enough. Jay goes, I'm doing good, just out and about helping somebody right now. I am so sorry, Summer. I acknowledged that. I mean, I noticed that earlier, and I was going to send a little help, but I disassociated my Cash App with my bank account, and I can't do what I intended to do. And by the way, while I'm up here, I can't super chat people either. Do you know on an Apple device like an iPhone, when you try to super chat somebody, it won't let you go to your credit card associated to your YouTube account. It tries to take it from your Apple Wallet, and I don't have Apple Wallet set up. I'm like, what the hell? I want to spend lots of money up here on you guys, and I can't. Just brewed 2 cups myself. I'll rub it in. Rub it in. Okay, everybody who knows Jess's actual address, mail him a gallon of mayonnaise. Do it. Do it now. Thank you, Hot Mess Summer. Hope you have a good day. You know, I hope you all have a good day. There's a new name, Velo. If writer's bond is, let's scroll back. If writer's bond is through the county service and not a bail bond service, the bond service administrator should be able to revoke the bond without a prosecute. I, you know, that is beyond my pay grade. I have no idea what you're talking about. Contact. Okay. And Don Furman, 50. By the way, what does 5150 mean? I've seen a lot of names with 5150 in the parentheses. And I see Hot Mess Summers, very forgiven, completely understand, and I am appreciated. See that, writer? People can appreciate me no matter who I get along with. That reminds me. Hot Mess Summer and Muxter, a while back, I don't think it's still going on, a while back were very, very angry at each other. And I maintain cordial and friendly relations with both of them. There it is again. I said relations. No, no, no. Hot Mess Summer is a married woman, not those kind of relations. 5150 means mental. So everyone who has a 5150 in parentheses means they're claiming they have a, and I'm not making fun of it. Are they claiming they have some kind of mental issues? Pig code. Pig code. I'm confused. Okay. I'm going to click on end stream unless he or she who is in the back channel comes up. Doesn't look like they're coming up. Okay. You all have, by the way, that person does have my my real phone number and can text me anytime. So, all right. Have a good day, everyone. It's Sunday. Yeah, but we're good now. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you're good now. I'm glad that you guys are good now. But when you guys were really at it, I was friendly with both of you, and neither of you held it against me that I was friendly with the other. And that's the example that Chris Ryder missed. He and GS have always been not always, but for a long time been at odds. And just because I'm nice to GS, it triggers Ryder into feeling somehow attacked by me. 5150 is is being involuntarily committed for psycho eval. Oh, 5150 victims of right. Oh, okay. All right. I'm tracking now. Okay, you guys. Okay, tracking. Got it. Okay. I am going to click on end stream. You'll have a great day. Hey, if you want to see good works being done, check out YouTube channel Hot Mess Summer. If you want to see this drama continue, check out YouTube channel generally underscore specific. If you want to throw rotten food at somebody, check out channel The Real for Public Safety. Pigs will speak in code and call a subject 5150 pigs. I call them the other chatters pigs? Oh, pig. Oh, pig is your word for police. Police will speak in code and call a subject. Oh, I see. All right. Have a great day. Y'all have a great day too. I'm clicking on end stream now. I know I said that a half an hour ago. This time I'm doing it and I mean it. Be good to each other.